the Quinn Marr Show.
My next guest has been in the same industry since the 3rd century. He honestly might be the most famous person I've chatted with. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, and he makes sure to bring toys to all the good boys and girls. But look out if you're naughty, because there might be a lump of coal waiting for you on Christmas morning. It is my pleasure to welcome to the Quinn Marr Show, all the way from the North Pole, Santa Claus. Santa, what's going on?
Thank you for the lovely introduction. Yeah, I'm just, getting ready for Christmas. It's a busy time of year, but I heard that you were looking to chat, so I thought, hey, I could make a few minutes and stop in and say hello.
Well, I really appreciate it, Santa. Like you just said, you are busy. So the fact that you're able to come on here for a few minutes, I know the North Pole must be crazy right now. So just a couple things. So getting ready for Christmas. So at this time, the North Pole must be nuts. So how are you and the elves prepping for the big day right now?
Well, I mean, the way that we do it up north is we're sort of prepping all year.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it a little easier to come, go time. So we take the first month off of the year, so we don't work in January. And then starting in February, we start to collect pieces and parts so we could start the building process again. Every year there's more and more kids, so every year we have to make more and more toys. Luckily, we continue to grow our elf population up north, and it helps keep things moving along.
That's amazing. So this time is always my favorite time of the year, and of course for you, this time of the year is your life. So visiting children and their families this type of year, that must be pretty difficult. That you got to make the time for that. So how do you and the elves do that? So you guys just go around to different malls. You guys go into different houses. What's it like for you this time of year?
Well, there's you can find Santa pretty much anywhere this time of year. That's part of the magic of it. You wonder how Santa makes it all around the world in one evening, and it's not by being slow. So I jump around to a lot of different places, throughout the day and throughout the months leading up to Christmas. I like to pop in whenever I can to meet the children and say hi and see how they're doing, even just to ask how their day has been. And to me, that's the best time of year for me is when they see me, they know Christmas is coming and they're going to have some magic.
Amazing. So one thing I've always wondered since I was little, just because it just seems so magical, what is it really like living in the North Pole?
Cold.
Yeah. Fair. That's a good point.
It's cold, but there's more than just the toy factory. We have about 30,000 elves in the toy factory on any given day working, but we also have people that we have elf doctors and dentists. Our first dentist was in the Rudolph cartoon. Did you know that?
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah, he became our first dentist in the North Pole, and ever since we've had a thriving dental industry. Elves have the best teeth in the world.
Amazing.
But then we have cooks, and we have people to make the clothes, and people to do every job that's needed. So it's evolved from just a toy factory into a whole community, and we really help each other out this time of year, especially.
I love that. And if Santa's known for you're known for many things, but one thing is cookies. And of course, leaving milk and cookies is one of the staples of Christmas Eve for everyone around the world. Now, what would you say is your favorite type of cookie? I know that might be a hard question, but I just needed to know.
Yeah, well, I love cookies. You could tell I built a cookie belly up for many decades. But well, I like those the classic shortbreads and gingerbreads. Chocolate chip are popular. You know what? A good old fashioned Oreo does the trick just as much, though. As long as there's milk to dip it in, I'll take any cookie there is. But I think, my favorites are probably shortbread or gingerbread, one of the two.
Amazing. I just needed to give a quick shout out to my nephew Vitito, because he did want me to remind you. He did send you a letter, so I'm sure you've seen it, but he did want me to remind you that he really does want a Kinder egg for Christmas. So he's very easy this type of year. He just wants a big Kinder egg. He wanted me to remind you.
He's not in the U.S., is he?
No, he's not.
Because I hear they're illegal there.
Yeah, he's here in Canada, luckily.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I will definitely check our chocolate ward of the factory to see what we can do.
Perfect.
You know, I hate to make promises, but you know, we can always promise to try our best.
Absolutely. Hey, you can only ask. That's the point of sending out letters to you, right?
That's right. As long as you got it in early, you know.
He did.
The longer you wait, the faster we have to read those letters. So we don't want to miss anything.
He made sure. We were at the parade last week, and he made sure to hand it to the elves that were collecting the mail. So he
perfect.
got it nice and
we rely a lot on our helpers this time of year to collect that stuff. Elf on the
one
Shelf is another
question.
one.
Oh, yeah, exactly. One question I've been told to ask was, who is your favorite reindeer?
Yes. You know, I ask the kids this a lot, and 9 times out of 10 they'll say Rudolph is the favorite reindeer. Personally, I mean, he's great. He helps me on a stormy night, but Blitzen's the fastest.
So, oh yeah,
I'm going Blitzen. Yeah, he's the fastest of the reindeer. So
there we go. You learn something new every day. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's one thing that I've learned that you do is you do help donate to charities. Can you just like explain the process on that? Because I mean, I'm not surprised. Santa's always giving. So yeah, I just love to know how that works.
Yeah, so there are 2 local charities that I support in the area. One is Grandview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital. The other is called Jennifer Ashley's Children's Charity. Grandview Kids is headquartered out of Courtice, and Jennifer Ashley is headquartered out of Uxbridge. Grandview Kids helps with families, helps children with disabilities to adapt and to build skills that they're going to need as they grow up through life. So I find that very important. You can hear some of my elf cats are meowing in the background. It must be dinner time almost. That's okay. You can wait.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so it's very important to me to help organizations that help other people, children especially this time of year. And then Jennifer Ashley is a charity that really goes to the core of the, you know, there's this added expense to disability that a lot of people don't recognize. And when you're a parent of a child with a disability, sometimes those expenses can be terribly burdensome. And Jennifer Ashley charity helps with those families and helps to find solutions and funding in a lot of cases where funding doesn't exist publicly to help those families come along. So to me, both are, you know, Grandview Kids is more, you know, hospital based, but Jennifer Ashley is more grassroots. And so I think that it's important to support both. So every year I visit local community businesses and you know, recently I've opened a station on Cameo just to try to, you know, fundraise for these different organizations, because kids come first, and those kids that have disabilities and that have to live with those disabilities, you know, they hold a special spot in Santa's heart for sure.
Amazing. That's awesome, Santa. And where can we find you on Cameo? What's your name on there?
Christopher Kringle, the charity Santa. And yeah, all of the proceeds go to one of those 2 charities that I mentioned. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's something exciting that I've started doing about, you know, 7 or 8 years now for these 2 charities, and I'll continue doing it as long as I can. So it's something I'm very proud of.
That's awesome. Well, Santa, I'm gonna let you go because saying you're busy is an understatement. So thank you so much for making the time. I know this will make a lot of boys and girls happy as much as it made me. So yeah, again, Santa, thank you so much for coming on here. I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure, and you know, you've made the nice list after this interview for sure.
I appreciate it. Hey, I'm gonna let my parents know because they won't believe it, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Santa. We'll talk to you later.
And that was the Quinn Marr Show.